Will there be a debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris? Because both sides are saying that the other side doesn't want to show up. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Vice President Kamala Harris and President Donald Trump having what appears to be open negotiations for an upcoming debate, with both sides accusing the other of not wanting to show up. Before we get into some clips and some updates and statements, let's just go back a little bit. Now, when Joe Biden was running for president, Biden and Trump, or their camps, however it was done, agreed to two debates. We saw the first debate, which was a dumpster fire, and I think that ultimately was a nail in his coffin, made Joe Biden drop out. But there was another debate scheduled for September the 10th on ABC. But since Joe Biden dropped out, Trump's like, okay, I didn't agree to debate just anybody. I agreed to debate Joe Biden on ABC on that day. Now, Kamala's camp is saying, hey, check it out. Show up that day. You agreed to debate. Trump's like, well, I didn't agree to debate you. So there's back and forth with both sides accusing the other of not wanting to show up. Now, before we get into some statements and whatnot, let's go back to the Atlanta rap concert, pep rally, presidential campaign for Kamala, where she was talking about Trump not wanting to show up for the actual debate. Then we're going to get into statements on both sides about what's really happening. And of course, I will link to everything in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
So he won't debate, but he and his running mate sure seem to have a lot to say about me.
Look at this guy right here. Imagine being that guy. So proud, but anyway.
And by the way, don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird? Well, Donald.
This lady ain't gonna make it. The little faces and the voice and this right here before she continues, this is racially ambiguous Hillary Clinton. And we saw what happened with Hillary Clinton in 2008, where she got curb stomped by Barack Obama, and in 2016, when she got curb stomped by Trump. So I don't see how this version of Hillary Clinton will do any better than the previous version of Hillary Clinton. But I digress.
I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say, say it to my face.
So corny, so corny. So that was the moment where she challenged him on the big stage, national stage, first rally in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, let's keep on going here because we got a lot to get to. Now, Trump put out a statement on Truth Social, and we're going to read into it. He says, I've agreed with Fox News to debate Kamala Harris on Wednesday, September the 4th. The debate was previously scheduled against Sleepy Joe Biden on ABC, but has been terminated in that Biden will no longer be a participant. And I am in litigation against ABC Network and George Stephanopoulos, thereby creating a conflict of interest. I think he said George Slopadopoulos actually on the thing. I want to get his statement accurate. Anyway, the Fox News debate will be held in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania at a site in an area to be determined. The moderators of the debate will be Brett Baer and Martha McCallum, and the rules will be similar to the rules of my debate with Sleepy Joe, who has been treated horribly by his party, but with a full arena attendance. And before we continue to the next piece of his statement, the location, what it said, Pennsylvania, that's probably because her VP pick will most likely be Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, who's Jewish, by the way, which is going to be very interesting to see how the left reacts to that specifically. But let's keep on going. And he says, as everyone knows, the Democrats have unconstitutionally taken the candidate who was acknowledged to be defeated, and unceremoniously replaced him with a new candidate. This has never been done before and is a threat to democracy. But I am totally prepared to accept the results of this quote unquote coup and replace Joe on the debate stage with crazy Kamala Harris. I spent hundreds of millions of dollars, time, and effort fighting Joe, and when I won the debate, they threw a new candidate into the ring. Not fair, but it is what it is. Nevertheless, different candidate or not, their bad policies are the same, and this will be strongly revealed at the September 4th debate. I look forward to meeting and debating Kamala on September the 4th. This date is convenient and appropriate, and that is just prior to the September 6th start of early voting in a 24 presidential election. I look forward to seeing everyone on September the 4th in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So Trump's like, let's debate, but we're not going to do it on the previously agreed to time because the previously agreed to person is no longer in the race. So let's switch it up. Rather than September the 10th on ABC, let's do it on September the 4th with Fox in Pennsylvania, your potential vice president's home state. I'm giving you a little bit of home court advantage. Why not? But Kamala's camp doesn't want to do that, so they reacted. This is on Kamala HQ. Again, I'll link to it in the box. And then you see the caption, our statement on Donald Trump backing out of the debate he already agreed to. And he says Donald Trump is running scared and trying to back out of the debate he already agreed to and running straight to Fox News to bail him out. Now, look, he agreed to a debate, but not with you. Oh, she's on the ticket, ABL. Well, look, was he going to debate Kamala Harris or was it going to be Joe Biden? The last debate, Kamala Harris was not on stage. It was Joe Biden on stage. Now they want to say, all right, Joe's not going to be able to make it. He's not going to be able to run anymore. He's dropped out. So after the primary of everybody voting for him, not Kamala, if they wanted to vote for Kamala, they would have had her in 2020 poll higher than dead last behind Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg and people like this, right? Kamala was so bad in 2020 when she ran the first time that the black community, specifically the same ones that are saying, oh, you go girl, you're black and you proud, you went to a HBCU, those same people looked over her and voted for Joe Biden, the 1,000-year-old white man. That's what they did. That's what they did. Remember, Joe Biden was pretty much dead in the water until South Carolina, where the black community voted for him and saved his whole campaign. Let's just keep that in perspective with all these blackity black woke. Where were y'all at in 2020 when you voted for Joe Biden rather than Kamala Harris? But anyway, let's start from the top. Donald Trump is running scared and trying to back out of the debate he already agreed to and running straight to Fox News to bail him out. He needs to stop playing games and show up to the debate he already committed to on September the 10th. The vice president will be there one way or the other to take the opportunity to speak to a primetime national audience. Rather to discuss further debates after the one both campaigns have already agreed to. Mr. Anytime, Anywhere, Any Place should have no problem with that unless he's too scared to show up on the 10th. Now, that's what they say. But again, he did not agree to a debate with Kamala Harris. Some are going to say, well, look, ABL, she was on the ticket. The first debate, Kamala was not on stage. Okay, if the vice presidents want to debate, that's something else. We've seen VP debates. Okay, if you want to have Josh Shapiro and JD Vance have a debate, that's fine. But it's not going to be the president debating the vice president. And then going back to the point Trump made about him just selecting her, replacing Joe Biden, as I close, that was really crazy because nobody voted for her specifically during the primary. They voted for Joe Biden. Like 98% of the electorate who voted in a Democratic primary voted for Joe Biden. There was no true challenger. There was nobody else other than Joe. I think Marianne Williamson and other people, he had RFK on the independent ticket, but nobody else was really there. Then at the 0 hour after he loses and gets curb stomped in a debate, okay, let's just replace him. So all the primary votes, all the money, all the campaigning, just poof, gone. And we're going to bypass the democratic process of a primary where the people get to vote about who the nominee is going to be from each party. We're going to bypass that and just select somebody else. oh, well, she would have been next anyway. Line of succession. Line of succession only works when you're talking about somebody who is in office and they cannot be in office anymore. So, for example, if Biden resigned from the presidency, then Kamala would come in and replace him because of line of succession. But you're talking about somebody running for office and they get all the votes, and before the election at the 0 hour, you just say, all right, now I don't want to do it. All right, let's just put somebody else right there. That's not how that's supposed to work at all. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what's happening here? Do you think that Trump should go to the previously agreed to time and place for the debate, although the previously agreed to person is not going to be there? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How about what Trump said? Look, let's do September the 4th on Fox, whichever one you think is the best. Or if you think they should just be an open negotiation and figure it out, y'all let me know in the comments. You guys know where I'm at. I think that it's unfair to say you should show up to this debate when the person who you were supposed to debate is not there. Okay? You wouldn't just replace the guy. All right, that's fine. But if you want to do that, then give me a little bit of wiggle room to change some stuff myself. You want to change the actual candidate that was selected by the democratic process by the people. You just want to change him completely and then say, I can't change anything. I think that's unfair. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.